That's not easy sometimes, is it? Because a lot of times we prejudge just on the way someone's hair is and the way that they may or may not look, and their teeth and the way that they're dressed and so on. Don't make that mistake. Here's the next one. Learn loyalty. And the first place I should say that you should be loyal to is the company. Hey, let me tell you something. You may not be able to judge us all the time and stuff like that just on what I'm saying, but one thing you can trust about me and the company is for the last 15 years, I've been saying one thing, that we were gonna produce extremely good products, and we were gonna have the most exciting opportunity that ever existed, and we were gonna always pay our people every single month. And we've been doing that now for 15 straight years, every single month. And the reason I'm telling you that is from time to time, you may have someone that tries to break your thought pattern on your loyalty and your commitment and your conviction of what you think about what you thought the company is. But let me tell you something. It started out with one theme, and it's had that theme for 15 years, and it's going to keep on for the next 15 years, okay? And so what I'm saying is, don't miss the boat just because someone gets you off track a little bit, because the loyalty of me and what we've been trying to do for the last 15 years has always been the same. Stay loyal to all the Herbalife rules. They're not easy sometimes, but you got to do it. You got to do it for you. You got to do it for your kids, and you got to do it for the company. Because if you don't stay within some of the Herbalife rules over the years to come, we won't be able to continue to provide these products to every single person in the world. Some of you sometimes think, well, geez, I'll break this little rule and I'll do this and I'll ship some products over to, some different countries where it doesn't make any difference. Hey, it does make some difference, because if Herbalife's not around, none of us are around. So we got to make certain that each and every day we protect the rules and regulations of all of our distributorships, because the company is the goose that laid the golden egg. And trust me, I have never seen a goose put out so many golden eggs in my entire life as we've been putting out. There's two things you're going to have to do to get rich. One is to fight for where you get. And the second thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to fight to keep what you got. On your way, there'll be a number of fights. Here's number 3. If you hear any rumors about the company, and if you hear any rumors about me, and trust me, you're going to hear them as you get back into your countries and back into your own little organizations and so on. You don't think as we go out here and help 5, 6, 10, 20, 30 million people lose weight, that their blood pressure comes down and their nitroglycerin doesn't have to be taken anymore, and they've lost so much weight that they don't have to put insulin into their arms every single day because they've lost that weight? You don't think there's going to be a few companies that are upset about the amount of less drugs people are having to take in the world because a company called Herbalife has stood up on its feet and helped the world lose weight? Who cares? Here's the next one. Have some faith that it can happen to you. Hey, who are you out there to think that it can't happen to you? As you've seen some people up here like Leon Weisbein. Hey, listen, if he can make it, you can make it. Jerry Svetanovich up here, a grocery checker. Hey, listen, if she can make it, you can make it. You may not be able to work as hard because you don't want to. You may not put your button on as often. You may not take as many tablets as she does. You may not talk as many people as she does. But I can tell you this. You've got to have the faith that it could happen to you. See, one incredible thing here in Herbalife, we don't make extra percentages up in the marketing plan just for women. We don't make a better plan up for men. We don't give just the great products to people just in a certain area. The products are the same. The opportunity in Herbalife, regardless of your skin, regardless of your background, regardless of your area, regardless of your sex, is exactly the same for each and every one of us. So have some faith as you leave this room here in the months to come, as you see us again, that if the people up on this stage can do it, that you can do it as long as you try every single day. Have faith in yourself. Have faith in your customers. Have the faith to stick with some of your customers. You're going to have customers that say, oh my goodness, I'm having a hard time losing the weight. Hey, listen, you're going to have more faith in your customers sometimes than they even have in themselves. And they're going to need that guidance, and they're going to need that encouragement. Have faith in your distributors. You're going to need more faith in your distributors than they've gotten themselves. Okay, and when you have that kind of faith, there's no telling what could happen. Have the faith in your organization that it's going to work. Hey, listen, some of you have got people in your organization right now that are zeros that could end up being president's team members. How do I know? I got people that have dropped out on me over the last 11 years, and they're president's team members in the front row here today. You got to have faith that it will continue to work, and you've got to keep that faith even when it's not working. Hey, listen, gang, it wasn't working for me in the beginning. There was a lot of people that laughed at me that this thing wasn't going to get to go. And let me tell you something, they're sorry that they didn't have that faith 10, 12, 15 years ago. Have the faith that it's going to work out for you. Here's another one. Have a great attitude. Some distributors say, well, geez, you know, I'd have an incredible attitude. You give me one of those president's team buttons, I'll have an incredible attitude. Get your attitude over here. Listen, if you gave me a $700,000 check like Alan Lorenz, I'd have a wonderful attitude. But unfortunately, that's not the way it works. Here's how it works. To be successful, you have an attitude first, then the money comes. You have faith first, and then the money comes. You have incredible loyalty to the company, then it works. That's how it works. You continue to have a great attitude. There's no better form of maturity that I know of, or to show people what you're made of when times are tough, when your family's making fun of you, when some of your distributors are making fun of you. Hey, listen, that's when your true character shows how good, how loyal, how faithful you are, how great your attitude is. That's when it shows like a shining star when things aren't working that great for you. That's maturity as far as I'm concerned. Here's the next one. Be consistent. And be consistent about even being consistent. I've never met anybody in my entire life, any distributor that you've ever met in your entire life, that didn't have one thing in common. And that was being consistent over and over and over and over again. Hey, listen, you're not that great at it now. Don't worry about it. Just do the best you possibly can. Tomorrow morning when you get up out of bed, do a little bit better than that. The next day after that, do a little bit better than that. Don't get so worried about the person that's next to you or the person that you've seen on stage here. I wonder if I could ever be quite that good. Don't worry about it. If you want to compete with someone, compete with yourself. Be the best you can possibly be every day.
We're going to end it right there. What up? Oh, nice. I like seeing everybody's faces and whatnot. Reef, what up? Tango, what up? Brand Dizzle, what up? Amanda, what up? Michaela, what up? Chef K, what up? Jackie, what up? Will and Jackie just switched places. Okay, bet. Will, what up? Kiana, what up? Loraya, what up? Takesha, what up? Danae, what up? Right. So, Jerry Cooper, current global expansion team member. Super fired up because I got faith, man. Because it doesn't matter necessarily where I'm at today, because like, as you heard what he said, how many of you guys will have the opportunity to say they're going to be sorry 12 years from now? Like, will you be able to say that? Like, man, they should have joined me 12 years ago when I started. Like, I'm at the place now where I've been in 8 years, where I'm looking at some of my friends and they talk about, oh man, you didn't got some results. Like, oh man, you getting recognition, XYZ. Like, you could have started when I first started, man. You could have been here. We could be doing this together. You know what I'm saying? We could have been making money together. You know what I'm saying? So have the faith in the company, have the faith in the journey, have the tenacity to stay in long enough. At that moment, or Mark Hughes was talking about, we've been paying our distributors for 15 years. and we're going to pay him for another 15 years. So 15 plus 15 is 30, right? Herbalife just had their 40th anniversary last year. So that's a lot of consistency. Like, you got to understand, Erica Ringor said it best for us last week, right? That Herbalife is so listen, right? Check it out. $9 billion company. It's time to stop playing. Like, this is actually hella funny. I was talking to my father over the weekend, right? And my dad talking about some, man, you need to go ahead and open up one of them nutrition shacks, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you need to go ahead and get you a brick and mortar. And I'm telling him, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would like to do that. Like, there's somebody, like, he knows I got, that in my downline. But he's like, you need to go ahead and do one. Like, man, I did some research on Herbalife. They make money, man. They $1 billion company. I'm like, actually $9 billion company. You know what I'm saying? So my point in saying that is it's recognizable. The proof is in the pudding. You know what I'm saying? Like, we out here getting money. We out here just helping people. We out here with awards. You know what I'm saying? We out here with recognition. There's no difference between what is available for you and available for the president's team member. We all started at zero. You know what I'm saying? So for the newest person on the call, or Brandy, right? Let's just say Brandy because she's the newest person on the call. Shout out to Brandy. She reinstated her membership to become a distributor on the team again. So that's what's up, right? So snap it up for Brandy. For the newest person on the call, it's the same thing that's available for me. It's the same thing that's available for her, right? It doesn't matter that I'm global expansion team and somebody else on this call might be a qualified producer, senior consultant, whatever the case is, right? It's the same stuff. It's the same products. I just really want you guys to understand that is that nobody's special. Some people just work harder than others. Those who talk the most get the most. Like, I really want you guys to understand that, because there is no movement in the business without you saying, I got to move the train. I got to be the gas. I got to be the gas to this vehicle. So your gas is your action. Your gas is the people that you interact with. Your gas is you getting new clients, right? And then that turns into distributors and whatnot, because at the end of the day, this is about building an organization. And I just want to be crystal clear. You get nothing if you don't talk. You will get nothing if you don't talk. You don't get nothing unless you stay focused, right? So we talked about this last week, right? So if your routine is in the morning before you got to go to work or whatever the case is, you got to post on social media, right? Don't get caught up with notifications, people hitting you up. Don't get caught up with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, your friends calling you or whatever the case is. Listen, ignore. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to get this done, right? Or tell your homeboy, like, hey, I got to get off the phone. I got to do this PD or whatever the case is, right? Like, be consistent in whatever it is, the actions that work best for you. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. So yes, I just wanted to go ahead and go off that PD. That was a really good one. If you guys want the I'm actually go ahead and just post this link real quick in the Do It 24 crew chat, so y'all can just go ahead and have that, because that's a super good one. So if you ain't listening to Mark Hughes in the morning, or Jim Rohn, I would suggest that you do. So listen, check it out. What's today? The 12th, right? So the checks dropped, right? So type of 1 if you got a check this month. Type of 1 if you got a check this month. Type of 2 if you would like to increase the amount that you get next month on the check, right? So, that was fast. That 1 too easy. 1 too easy. I ain't playing. Right. Okay. So let me look. Ones, twos. Okay, ones. Okay, bet for sure. So who wants to come off of mute, right? Because you guys got to remember, right? Somebody, like, so before I continue what I was about to say, you're going to sponsor people that are not even on your team yet, that you haven't even met yet, right? So on your journey is inspiring to some people that's not even signed up yet. So somebody might see this call in the future, later in 2021, sometime in 2022, maybe in 2030, right? Because these calls ain't going nowhere unless YouTube just crash, right? Somebody might see this call, right, with Kiana on here talking about some, my check. Now, I don't know how much her check was, right? But let's just say, yo, I got a $500 check and I'm super excited, yada, 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 right? Today in 2021. In 2023, she might sign somebody up that's watching this call, and she might be able to get on the call and be like, yo, I just got a $5,000 check or a $10,000 check or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever, right? But you want to be able to have this documented so people can see that, yo, you started from a place that I started from, or I started from zero, or because I know what it's like when you see somebody and they're like, you meet him at press team or a high level pin, and it's like, it's cool for you, easy for you. It's like, I didn't see people go from here to here, and I've seen a lot of work in between. You know what I'm saying? So you want to be able to be that proof for somebody to say, hey, check it out. This is where I was, and this is where I'm at. I used to be at the check level where it was $500. You know what I'm saying? And $500 is a lot of money. I'm not even undermining it like, oh, whatever, 500. Listen, somebody got 500 for me right now. It's good. I want it. You know what I'm saying? But through consistent work, through consistently talking to people and inspiring people in the journey, right? You're able to build more distributors that are going to take their journey on their own, right? And therefore, in turn, it's not about you, it's about them and their goals. But because you put them on, you're going to receive benefits, right? So, claiming it. Yes, I love that for sure. So, right? Somebody want to come off of mute and speak about if you want to share the amount of the check, that's dope. But you don't necessarily have to share the amount. We can just speak about what that check means to you and what you're gonna do with it, right? Because I don't believe anybody on this call is doing Herbalife full time, right? Type of 3, if you're doing Herbalife full time, I'm looking. Nobody. Okay, bet. So it's all extra. You know what I'm saying? So it's all extra income, right? Oh, you are doing it. Oh, yeah. We didn't do that for sure. So listen, we need to run that. We need you to run that check up, baby. We need you to get it up. More PMs, more distributors, new clients. We need a fatter check next month. So who wants to come off of mute and speak about what that check means to them this month? Tango, go ahead.
What's good, you guys? I haven't talked on here in like, I don't know how long. My check wasn't as much for my efforts, but it's still something. And the fact that I can still get a check with not doing as much effort, that's enough for me. But knowing what I can do in this business for what I've done in the past, I know what I can reach my potential to. So it just helped me pay a partial bill. That's better than nothing, and I'll take that. So even if I'm not putting the effort in there, I'm still getting paid, but putting that effort in there can definitely gain me a lot more. So yeah, man, you're right. I gotta crank that up. So just seeing that, you can do something without doing as much effort, that check can still come through. But if you put a lot more effort into it, that check can go higher than you think. So I'm trying to get the higher check, you know what I'm saying?
So that's a really dope thing about Herbalife, right? And the thing that I really like about network marketing in general is that you can get paid on the work that you do on the front end forever, right? If you do it right, if you set it up right, right? So if you go to your job, and I'm saying this right, and it should be obvious, but what I've learned is that everything is not obvious to everybody. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'd be saying things that might be obvious to you, but to somebody they might be like, oh, I didn't really put two and two together, right? So if you don't go to work, right? If you have a job and that's your main source of income, if you don't go to work, you do not get paid, right? That sucks because at the end of the day, ain't nobody out here living for free, right? But the cool thing about network marketing, Herbalife and specificity is that if you sign somebody up and you set them up powerfully, right, you'll go ahead and get paid on that, on their efforts forever. And that's dope. So you can imagine, who has heard of the name Andrew Coltman? Type of 4 in the chat if you heard the name of Andrew Coltman. Type of 4 if you heard of the name Andrew Coltman. And I'm going to give a great example of why this is important, right? For Marty Bet 3.1. Okay, bet. So I'm going to explain why I believe Herbalife is super dope, and this is a really great reason why, right? So Andrew Coltman, do you guys, so type of 5 in the chat if you heard of Mark and Jill Addy, right? Type of 5 in the chat if you've heard of the name Mark and Jill Addy. Yeah, yes, exactly. Rest in peace to Andrew Coltman for sure, definitely, because without Andrew Coltman, there is no us, right? Oh, okay. So Mark and Jill Addy, as you guys know, was our ultimate upline 30K Chairman's Club, just hit a cut of 40K last month, right? Like super dope, making buku dollars. Like it's kind of unbelievable. Me and Tango were talking about this like a couple weeks ago. Like, oh, how much money do you think that they make? And it's like incalculable It's incalculable how much, like, I really want you guys to understand that, right? Is that you can kind of gauge how much certain people make in the business based upon their pin level and you know who's on their team. You can kind of gauge it, right? But when you get to like when you start to have presidents, team members under you, pretty much when you start to have diamonds under you, it's like incalculable how much money they can make. Because of like the depth and like the bonuses and whatnot, like you can't calculate it, right? So we was talking about that with Mark and Joe Addy is that we don't know how much money they make because it's just unfathomable. I think we said like what, like 30 million, something like that, like in a year. I think we said on the low end,
30 to almost 40.
yeah, I think we said for sure on the low end, like 30 million, right? Doing Herbalife. And that's just
We trying to figure out the monthly though, like the monthly.
the monthly, like whatever the monthly is, but ultimately yearly it's around 30 million, and that's on the very low end because it's incalculable, like you don't know necessarily whatever, right? But okay, that's Mark and Jelly. My point in saying that is Andrew Coltman, right? Okay, so Andrew Coltman signed up. Can I imagine their Marquis millions? It's definitely millions for sure, right? So definitely millions without a doubt. Andrew Coltman signed up Mark and Jill Addy, right? So I don't even know his other lines of people. I don't even know his other lines of people, right? Whoever that might be, right? But this one line of Mark and Jill Addy, for those of you that might not know, right? So he signed up Mark and Jill Addy. Mark and Jill signed up pretty much their 5 frontline presidency members, and from those 5 frontline presidency members, more than like 80% of your favorite Herbalifers are in their downline, right? More than 80%, right? So you can imagine that the residual income for Andrew Coltman is crazy. And the reason why I say the residual income and him not really doing too much after the fact, because he actually, after he got to like 15K prez, I believe, he just said, you know what, I'm chilling, I'm good. I'm about to go travel the world for 2 years. I'm about to get on a boat and travel for 2 years, and I'm still about to get my checks, right? So at the time, I don't think Zoom calls was really a thing like that. But actually, Zoom wasn't even around back then. But without necessarily talking to his team, I don't know the degree, right? But not going to STS, not going to other events, not really checking in with his team, whatever the case is, just chilling, right? I'm on a boat, I'm traveling the world, I'm enjoying my life, still getting multiple bands. And when I say multiple, I mean more than 5 figures, possibly even 6 figures. Getting all that chilling, not doing nothing. Why? Because he did the work on the front end. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's about. When you set it up right, it's going to be forever. If you build your house with a great base, the house going to stand forever. It's going to withstand the test of time. So I want to know, type a 6 if you're trying to build a business that stands the test of time. Because I want to tell you guys, listen, check it out. Herbalife been around for 40 years. It's probably going to be around another 100. It's probably going to be around another 100. So if we know it's going to be around another 100, we haven't even reached the halfway point. We might as well get it in now. We might as well get it in now and change our lives and change our families' lives around this forever. Lorraine, I'm going to need you to go ahead and put another 6 on that. Could you just type 666? Like, you know what I'm saying? Can we go ahead and get another 6 on there? That's a little hostile right there. You know what I'm saying? But yes, ultimately, you want to withstand the test of time and build a business that's going to be there for you. That's going to have your backing for you. So, right, in the next, 5 years, 3 years, because it only takes 2 years to get to press. Like if you just say, this is the thing. I know a lot of people in Herbalife, right, personally, that have told me, when you make the decision, because some of us have been in less than 2 years. Some of us have been in 2 years. Some of us have been in longer than 2 years, right? Nobody on this call is a presidency member. And that's okay, right? But what I've been told is that it takes 2 years from when you decide to go ahead and go for it. When you decide to go ahead and go for it, it takes about 2 years. It could take a little longer, but it should take about 2 years if you decide I'm going to put my head down and grind, right? And so the question is, how worth it is it to you to say, okay, whatever BS I got going over here, forget it. whatever stress I got going on here, forget it. Whatever is holding me back, I'm gonna let it go, right? Whatever energy is not catering to me, helping me level up, I'm releasing it, right? And I'm just gonna go for what's important, right? And really mean it. Yeah, because it's easy to say, oh, I'm going for prez. You know? Do you know how many people I've met that said, yeah, let's run the prez team, and then quit next month? You know what I'm saying? Like making it to prez, listen, you got to be built to make it to prez, okay? You don't make it there on accident. Like you cannot make it to prez on accident. There is no accidental prez team. You can do other levels on accident, but you have to be intentional and precise and concise on saying, okay, let me build this president's team organization. Let me build a business that's doing $2 million a year and beyond, right? And giving other people the opportunity to build their businesses. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what does that look like to us, right? And you don't necessarily have to answer that now, but like, so you guys know what your vices are. You guys know what's holding you back. You guys know that you may not be putting in enough effort, right? And even myself, I'm not excluded from that. You know what I'm saying? I've been in 8 years. I should be at prez right now by what I'm saying right now. So I understand what it's like to have things get in your way and stuff be happening, right? But you guys got to remember again, Herbalife been around 40 years. It's gonna be around another 100. So it's like, man, we don't want to wait 10 years, 15 years to just be able to make just enough money to quit our jobs. We don't want to wait that long. We need to compress the time by doing more. You know what I'm saying? By talking to more people, by offering the opportunity to more people, by being more involved in the community, by being submersed in the urban lifeness. Like, listen, we got LDW coming up in 2 weeks, right? That's a great place for you guys to say, I'm about to go ahead and get a lot of great information and apply it, right? When we get on these calls and we have guest speakers, let me really take notes and apply what I got going on. So let me guys tell you, right? And I know we talk about the checks right now, and I know I'm running off. We're going to get to somebody else talking about their check in a minute, right? But I just want to speak about how Erica was talking about, okay, this is how I go about signing people up, XYZ, right? You guys remember that? How she was saying, okay, I talk to them like this. I tell them to do this, XYZ. I actually implemented that today. I said, you know what? I'm about to see how this worked for me. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the best thing about doing anything, right? You can get an immediate result from doing stuff immediately. You know what I'm saying? You can see if it worked for you immediately if you do it, right? So I was like, you know what? Let me tell them to do the same thing. Sign on my website. If you're serious or not, or like if you're serious and curious, go on my website, right? The girl went on my website, signed up. Okay, bet for sure. Okay, what's your goals? Okay, bet XYZ, add these products in your cart. Screenshot me your cart when you finish, right? Okay, bet. Screenshot of me the cart, right? Okay, bet. Now this is what I'm ready when you are to go. She purchased right there on the not right on the spot. It took like 20 minutes, but ultimately on the spot purchased. And so now after this, I got to send a nutrition plan out, and I was fired up because I'm like, damn, like that was dope, and that was kind of easy. You know what I'm saying? Like that was kind of easy. Like I didn't have to necessarily do all the extra. I had to explain because I was confident in what I was doing because I heard somebody else do it and had major success, right? So I'm just like, yo, let me go ahead and do what she did. And let me see if it worked for me. And that's the best way to find out if stuff work for you. Like you ain't gotta try and create your own stuff. Like, dog, do what you know that works. Do what's proven. If you know what you've been doing isn't working, then you know what? Let me try to do what somebody else is doing that is working, right? So not that I wasn't trying, not that what I wasn't doing wasn't working, but I was like, let me try to see if this works so I can come on the call and explain, hey, that stuff works. You know what I'm saying? So that's my point about that. Anyway, does anybody else want to talk about their check and what it means to them? What they gonna do with it? Or how much it may be, possibly. Yeah, okay, bet for sure.
What's up, guys? Amanda, current active role team member. So my check this month is $930 this month. What that means to me is I actually challenged myself to have a bigger check because my check last time prior to this one was cool. It paid some bills, but I was like, I know I can have more by putting more effort in. So that's what I did. So I put more effort in. I was reaching out more to my my preferred members, having more intentional talks with them. And so my check from last month to this month, it grew $400 more. So that's just proof and opinion for me that, okay, I know what action steps that I need to do and to take it more seriously, and just, don't ever take my foot off the gas at all. Keep going. And my check will increase and get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. But what that means to me, I get to pay some bills and I get to reinvest in my business to get more clients. And I challenge myself, and I'm challenged you guys to this week get at least one new client this week, and then master that and master getting one new client each week, so you can have 4 new clients this month. Anyone on here would love to have 4 brand new clients this month. If you get one, that's a lot, because it literally takes one person to change your organization. If you change one person's life, they will love you, they will stick with you forever. And you just never know where it's going to take you. It's just all good things from here. All right, that's it. That's all I gotta say.
Nice, love it for sure. Yeah. Who would like to have you said 930? That's how much was your check? $930. Type what number are we on? 7. Type of 7 if you would like a $930 check this month or next month coming up. Okay, bet. So I'm seeing the numbers, right? Okay, bet. Okay, 7, right? Okay, so her check is definitely around actually it's more than active royalty numbers, but for royalties per se. So you get around 800,000 is around active world team, right? So some of you guys know who knows how to get the active world team. Somebody come off of mute and tell me how to get the active world team. Somebody come off of mute and tell me how to get the active world team.
To get to active world team, you have to hit 2,500 volume points in 4 consecutive months. So if you're aiming for that active soup, you might as well keep grinding to hit that active world team. Factual.
William, you are doing very good, but there's more. There is more.
Okay.
So does somebody want to? Will, you have a lifeline, right? So listen, check it out. You have the ability to call in a lifeline. You don't have to call in a lifeline, but you can call in a lifeline. So there's more to it than that. You got one. You got one of the steps. William, do you want to call in a lifeline, or do you want to keep going? It's cool if you want to call in a lifeline.
Hey, ring, 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 ring. Who am I gonna call?
Pick somebody.
Shoot. Let me pull up the whole screen.
Yes,
What's up, y'all?
yes.
Sorry, I'm on my phone. Steph, I see you with a hand up. What's popping? Let me know.
All right, so the one you said, totally correct. And then 5K documented volume points in 1 month, and then 500 royalties in 1 month also. And to do all that, you got 6 months time span to hit it.
Right. Yes, for sure. So it's a little bit more. So what you said, Will, the 4 months in a row,
order.
It's world team, right? So active soup is 2,500 3 months in a row.
Oh,
World
I got
team
you.
is
I got it
2,500
mixed
in a
up.
row. Right. And it's cool, you know what I'm saying? So this is how we get to learn that this is the level I want to get to. So you got to know all the qualifications, right? So it's cool. You know world team, and that's great, right? But you got to do a little bit more to get to active world team, right? So those are the steps. Does anybody know what 500 royalties is? Like what actual number that is? 500 royalties? No, not you, Amanda. No, not you. Not you, Steph, either. Somebody that is not close or that level. Somebody that's trying to strive for that level. Somebody come off mute. Because this is a learning activity, because you want to be able to explain, like, see this and see, this is the thing, right? When you're talking to somebody about the business, you got to be able to explain with confidence and conviction, like, this is what's going on. Like, this is the business. You know what I'm saying? Because let me ask you guys this. Let me ask you guys this before we continue, right? Would you guys sign up with somebody that was kind of shaky or iffy about what the hell they was talking about? Like, okay, imagine this, right? First of all, I really think you guys should get a ring light, because this is looking very good on me right now, and this is really dope. So y'all should get a ring light off of Amazon. It was like $15. But anyway, right? if somebody came to you and said, yo, I really want you to sign up with Herbalife, this is what I'm doing, XYZ, I really believe in the company, you know what I'm saying? Like, we go in big places, I got dreams, I got visions, I want to put people on, I want to put on for my city, I want to inspire millions, XYZ, right? I want to make a lot of money, I want to travel the world, I want to inspire, right? And this is the real deal, $9 billion company, XYZ. And they're like, okay, bet for sure. Tell me the business. And you kind of like, well, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't really got no answer. Like, okay, cool. That sounds good about the background of the company, but tell me about the inner workings. Tell me about how it goes. Tell me how you run inside the company, right? So you guys got to be able to explain that at least up to a certain point. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't know how to necessarily get all the way to president right now, make that a goal to know how to get there. Because again, some of us are chasing goals. You don't even know what it's like to get there. Some of us is chasing goals and don't even know the steps to go. You just think that, okay, well, I'm going to just, not nobody specifically, but, I'm going to just post on Instagram and I'm going to make it. That is not going to happen. I just want to be clear, right? I just want to be clear. And because again, I'm not in here. I don't want to sell you guys a dream about like, okay, yeah, we can just do it all for the grand. Cause I know what it looks like for certain people on Instagram when you see them, and then it kind of seems like all they do is post on Instagram and they're just lit and it's just popping, right? But that's a byproduct of the stuff that you don't see behind the scenes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this kind of stuff right here. Instagram don't see this. Instagram don't see us getting on this call and talking about the information. They don't see that. All they see is you getting the pin. You know what I'm saying? They don't see you in the store talking to people. They don't see you in the gym walking up to people trying to explain the opportunity. They don't see you writing down the notes and studying, writing down your goals, trying to get to the next level, DMing people. They don't see that. Like, that's not the stuff they see. That's not glamorized. But you got to understand that this stuff right here is how you get to the galore. What Drake said, we want everything galore, not just lyric galore. Listen, check it out. This stuff right here is going to get you the riches. This stuff right here will get you the recognition. This stuff right here will get you on stage. This stuff right here will get you the pin. This stuff right here will change your life. Not let me come up with a fancy caption, but let me go talk to 10 people. That will get you to the next level. Does that make sense? You guys get that, right? Because some of us on here, right, say we want things. Some of us will get on this call and say, I really want things. Or some of us will even get on this call just because we feel like we got to. Because our upline said it, or I don't want to be ashamed, or I don't want people to talk about me. Some people do that just to not have people say stuff about them, but then get off the call and go on to play 2K. Get on the call and get on YouTube to watch rappers. Get off this call and go do some shit that don't help them, right? Not gonna write down their goals, not studying over notes. You know what I'm saying? Some of us do that. And you're not wrong for that. But that's not, but I just want to be clear, that's not gonna get you what you want. It's not gonna get you what you want. So I just want to be transparent. You know what I'm saying? And you guys gotta understand that it takes work. It takes work, like stuff that you don't want to do, talking to people when you don't necessarily want to talk, doing stuff when you're tired, when you're mentally drained, physically drained. Like, that's a part of the game. And if you don't think it's part of the game, then you need to get out the game, because that's part of it. You ain't gonna never be always fired up. You're not gonna always be happy. You're not gonna always have crazy energy. That's just what it is, right? But you go through the trenches, you go through the hard times. So when you look back, you appreciate the journey X amount of time later, X amount of years later, and be like, man, I'm glad through that, because that hardened me, that molded me. It takes time for a diamond to create and hold value. It takes time. So how much time will it take you? How many cuts will you take? How much effort will you give? What level is your tenacity on? You know? So yeah, that's just how I feel about that, right? So again, check it out. Who wants to talk about their check, right? I keep running off, right? But I'm just fired up because I like, it's already ours. Like the life that we want is already ours. We already see it. We already have dreams. Like, the vision is a very important part. Vision is very important, but action is damn near right there. It's actually interchangeable. Vision and action is like this might be more important than this sometimes, and then this might be more important than this sometimes. It just depends, right? But they're both right here, because without either of these, you're lost. You will perish to the lost souls of the forgotten. To the lost souls of the forgotten, right? So, okay, who else wants to talk about their check and what it means to them or what they're gonna do with it? Come off and mute, say your piece if you would like, because that would be great. 3, 2, and listen what I'm saying. Don't be, thank you, I appreciate that, right? But don't be ashamed. Like, don't feel like, because I know this could be like this, right? Amanda just got off talking about stuff. I got a $930 check, and then here I come talking about I got a $100 check. Like, dog, it doesn't matter. Like, it's all extra. It was all earned through the opportunity. It was all earned through you ultimately doing some of the similar things that this person did, right? So don't feel bad. Nobody's gonna be like, damn, her check was 130. Nobody's gonna say that. Like, or his check was XYZ. Nobody gives a up. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you getting the check is lit. And if you're not getting a check and you feel like, man, like, oh, this sucks. Well, listen, check it out. If you want a check, you got to do the stuff to get one. Get more preferred members, or get preferred members in general. Get them to order. Take them through the process. Get clients and get them paid. Get your distributors and get them paid. How do you get your distributors paid? By taking them through the flow. What's the flow? I'm glad that we're talking about it now, because I'm going to go over the flow again, because it takes structure, right, to go to the next level. And that might be what some of us are lacking. So yes, Kiana, I know you wanted to go. Yes, let's talk about that check. Let's talk about it, please.
My check was not where I thought it was going to be. So anyways, what it did do for me is light a fire under my ass. Excuse my French. I haven't really been out lately in the last few weeks. I've been at home a lot. But on the last few days, I've had a couple of clients from my other business, and I haven't done nothing but talk about Herbalife. So much so that one of my friends that I went to high school with does do Herbalife, but she's not an actual PM. So I'm claiming her. She's mine. She has a friend who is a PM who orders her stuff. But I was like, let's get your own discount.
On the website, right?
And then I have my god brother who's been talking about joining forever, supposed to be coming over here in like an hour. So I can sign him up. So for me, it literally lit a fire under my ass, even though I've been at home a lot more. I'm still working on being more confident in me so I can get that 900 plus check. Because I actually am Herbalife full time now, because I'm no longer working for corporate America. So I've been I'm working the business so I can get them my people in, so I can build my org so we can be making that money.
Right. No, that's amazing. No, so yeah, definitely keep going for that for sure. And like Mark Hughes said in the video earlier, if he was able to get on and watch it, the attitude comes before the money. The faith has to come before the money, right? And so I remember being younger. I say that like I'm hella old right now, but I remember when I was younger, first starting Herbalife, that I would be having visions and I would be talking to people about like, man, this is what I want to do. I can't wait till I make my, I can get 1,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait till I get to 5,000 a month, XYZ, right? And I was speaking about that way before I even had anybody on my team, way before I knew it was even possible. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted that because I knew what it could do, because I've seen other people, you know what I'm saying? So I had the faith way before I was getting the money. It took 7 years later? Well, really like 5 when I really decided to like really do Herbalife, but it took 5 years later. You know what I'm saying? But it was all worth it. It was never like, I'm never like, damn, that took 5 years. Like, damn, that took how long? Like, no, it's all worth it. I forget who I was telling this to. It's just as sweet. It's just as sweet. No matter how much time that it takes, it's just as sweet. So let's keep that in mind. Somebody else want to speak about their check? Really quick. I just want you guys to put these numbers in your guys' head. So if you got 10 preferred members, right? If you guys got 10 preferred members and you got them to order 250 volume points, right? We can all do math, right? That's how much volume is that? 10 times 250 is 2,500, right? If you get, so when they first sign up as a distributor, you get that 30% on 2,500, right? What is that? 2,500 times 0.30. Boom. So if you get 10 new preferred members and you get them to order 250 volume points of products, right? And obviously you're following with them. You're being a dope coach. You're doing the deal, right? Like you're really in the game. You're submersed in the Herbalife-ness, right? You get 30% paid on that because of the difference between the 20% and 50% if you're a supervisor. And this is about supervisor. I can't speak about, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, right? If you're under that, get to supervisor, right? But the 30% on the 2,500 is 750. That's just on wholesale. That's not including royalties. That's not including your retail, right? That's not including a bonus if you qualify. So that's just numbers that you guys can think about. Like, okay, better. If I know I get 10 new performers and they order at least 250, I'm at least gonna get 750, right? On wholesale. But obviously, like I said, 10 times 250 is 2,500. 2,500 gets you the full 5% of your royalties. You know what I'm saying? So now, because Herbalife is going to say, check it out, we're going to pay you more money because you made money. It's lit. Right. Yeah. 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 Yes, Tango. Yes, for sure. We're going to pay you more money for you to make more money. If you make more money, we'll pay you even more money. So it's like, the 2,500, I understand if you're not there yet, if you're not at that level, because it does take consistency. It does take some skills, right? But you got to be striving to say, okay, I did 300 last month. I'm going for 500 this month or double what I did. Like that has to be the mentality, right? It has to be, because if not, you're just gonna get lost in the sauce and you're just gonna be going like this while you seeing other people just shoot up. You're gonna be like this, like, damn, what they doing? More work than you. That's what the hell they doing. More work. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Shoot. Right? So okay. Anybody else want to speak about their check before we get into the next little situ?
Yes. Oh, go ahead, Steph.
All right, listen, real quick. Type what number we on? Type an 8 in the chat if you want to speak about your check, so I can just see, right? Will, Steph, I know you want to go. Does anybody else want to speak on the check? Type an 8 or forever hold your peace. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'll go after y'all. Go ahead, Will or Steph, whoever. It's all good.
Okay, so I was in the same boat as Tango. I was like, all right, I'm grateful, but I know I could be doing more. And at the same time, I wasn't even mad because I didn't do much, but it was still a lot to me. So this month, my check was 284 and some change. And I've seen it triple. So it's just like, I'm grateful for the 280 because I'm gonna probably save it, use it for products, most likely use it for products, because I'm not playing about my results right now. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do with mine.
Nice, love it, definitely, for sure. 280 is amazing. 280 is a lot of money. Shit, y'all can give me 280 right now. I keep telling y'all I'm gonna take it. It don't matter. I'm gonna take it for sure. Will, go ahead.
Yeah, what's up, y'all? Y'all know me. What's up? What's Will, current supervisor. My check this month, I wasn't like impressive compared to y'all's, but you feel me? Like I'm still proud of it in the end. My check came out to about $88, and compared to the last 2 months where I've taken a real dip in my numbers, it's gotten up there. It's increased from like my last 2 months where I've really been lacking. So I'm just using this as motivation to know that I have momentum on my side, to know that the numbers are steadily increasing. So I'm just trying to find faith and trust the process that what I'm doing is hopefully working, and I can work off this momentum to increase my check. So it's like lit a fire under my ass and just has me keep going, just to keep getting more PMs, keep getting them to order, keep getting people in the challenges, because the challenges really, what I realize now, have been my bread and butter for getting my check to higher numbers where it's been in the past. So I really just got to invest in that and really just like apply pressure.
Nice, love it. Fun fact, my first check was $52. So you doing better than me when I first started. So keep at it, bro. Like people used to tell me like, oh, it's not gonna work. Oh, you're not gonna stick with it. La 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 la, right? Yeah. Keep talking. You know what I'm saying? Global expansion team, keep talking. On the way to press. Keep talking. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Will for that. Let's go. Let's run it up, bro. Madi, go ahead. I see you typed the 8. Let's get it.
All right, y'all. So I'm gonna just keep it funky with y'all. I didn't even check them out this month. And the reason being, it's bad, but it's good in the sense that I've always been that person. I'm up there with G when it comes to years in this bad boy. We OGs in this situation. Okay, we're going on 8 years. So for years, I stressed, get a separate account for your Herbalife money. Get a separate account for I said it and I didn't do it myself. Well, Herbalife did it for us. They sent us those little fancy Herbalife cards, our Herbalife pay cards.
Yeah.
And y'all, when I tell you, y'all will hear the story one of these days when I have time. But when I first started, we had this thing called ProPay. And I had no idea that I was getting paid. Like in my mind, all I heard was supervisor, get paid. I totally missed the whole you get paid up to supervisor too. So my shit was stacking. I finally checked it one day and I have $1,500 in there. I say all that to say this. I low-key was on the same hype. It's not to say that I was like missing out on my Herbalife money, but in the sense that I didn't see it, I didn't trip off of it. So I went last month to check and I had $900 in there. I was like, oh shit, okay. So again, I didn't check this month, but this month, what I do know is I was able to use that card to spend $425 on products and then not to get declined. So you feel me? I'm just saying it must be money. It must be money in there.
Nice.
So I say all that to say this. I stressed it. It finally happened. And the fact that it doesn't go into my regular checking account or savings account where I was like, oh, I could just use 20 from here. It's really untouched. So it was amazing to be able to go in there and just, I mean, I've done it before, but to put in a number, type in your credit card number and $425, I was like, here you go. I was like, it did something to me. So for most people, it may not be a lot, but for me, it is. And also being a single parent, I've said it before. We go into the store and, I grew up, don't touch it, don't put it back, don't ask. Now it's like, put it back. You already got one of those. You know what I mean? So it's a blessing and I'm extremely grateful. So let's keep pushing. And like Jerry said, you feel me? These people are going to talk. People still ask me to this day, Madi, you still doing it? Yes, I am. And you still look like that. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, exactly. What's the famous saying? You keep your problems, I'll keep my products. You keep your problems, I'm gonna keep my products. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's an amazing feeling when you can. So we talked about this before, right? We talked about this a couple weeks ago where we was like, man, like, what it's a good feeling when you can go somewhere and ain't gotta check your bank account, like, oh, how much money I got, or let me transfer some money over here. Like, that's a great feeling. But what's a better feeling? When you can go and do that and you got the money strictly from Herbalife, strictly though, like when it came from retail or your check or whatever, like, it's cool, my check dropping tomorrow, it's good. You know what I'm saying? We can go over there, I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? That's an amazing feeling. But listen, those who get that feeling worked for it. There ain't no just, oh yeah, let me just get the feeling just because. No, I worked for it, right? So yeah. So I gotta check this month, obviously. Because I ain't missing no checks. I can't afford to miss no checks these days. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta check. My check was $13.47. So that was cool. You know what I'm saying? That was lit. Not my biggest check, but $13.47 is lit for sure. So what that means for me is that I'm able to go ahead and just pay a mortgage and have some extra money left over. You know what I'm saying? Maestro is hella funny. Yeah, I can go ahead and pay the mortgage. I ain't really tripping, like, as far as, okay, let me go ahead and do some stuff from my corporate job or whatever the hell, or let me go ahead and retail this and whatever, right? It's cool. No, it's covered. I know it's covered. Like, that's the great thing about when you build your business and to an extent, like, okay, bet I know that the numbers are going to be around this. You know what I'm saying? And so that's a great place to get to. But to get to that kind of place, you have to have enough people, right? You have to have enough people for you to be able to look at your business and be like, okay, like, as the end of the month is closing, like, okay, I know for sure it's gonna be around this. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a great feeling. So that comes with savvy to be able to read the numbers and say what it's gonna be around. And two, it just comes with the work and longevity for you to just say, okay, this person's doing this person's doing this person's doing this, and this is pretty much what it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it might be a little bit more, sometimes it might be a little bit less. But based upon strictly royalties, I know it's going to be around this amount. And that's really dope, right? So if you guys want for sure around $1,000, a little bit higher check off of royalties strictly, get to Global Expansion Team, right? That way you'll know that it's, hey, if I got something that costs about $1,000, I know I got to pay a month. Well, shit, I know my Herbalife business is going to be able to take care of that, right? So, yeah, build a supervisor factory, have a flow on how to get your people to supervisor, right? So I really wanted to share this with you guys. I know we're getting close to time, and this has been a really good call. I don't know about me. Today been really good. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you guys that are contributing and talking on here and whatnot. But I want to share this with you guys, right? So I got this from STS. Oh, snap. Okay, bet. So I want to share this with you guys about, I got this from STS, right? So pretty much this is just, I need to move this over here. Boom. This is pretty much showing, like, I forget her name. I'm not sure what her name was, but she was saying that these are the things that she had to go through for her to get to the next level, right? And so the big thing that I see right here is it duplicatable, right? And so in between this, when she was talking, she was pretty much saying, and this goes to what Erica was saying last week, is that there has to be a flow, there has to be a structure, right? Because there's certain things that certain people can do inside the Herbalife business based upon talent, right? Not everybody has talent. Not everybody has the same level of talent, right? But when people have a structure, the talent part isn't necessarily so important. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so what I mean by talent is, let me stop sharing this real quick. So what I mean by talent is, like, not everybody can just get on the gram and just post super dope photos and get hella likes and have hella people in their DMs just off the photo, right? That takes talent. That takes, certain things, tangibles, right? Intangibles, tangibles and intangibles. That's what it takes. Certain things, right? Not everybody has that ability, and that's cool. That's no problem, right? But everybody can do these certain steps on how to bring somebody in, like the flow on how to bring somebody in. Everybody can do that. Everybody can say the things that work. Everybody can say, okay, let me take you through 1, 2, 3. Everybody can say, get on this business call. Everybody can say, check out this HOM. Everybody can say, I just got an email right now, wellness profile has been completed. I don't know from who, I don't know from when, but it was probably from some work that I did earlier. You see what I'm saying? Like, that is dope. Somebody that I talked to, hey, go ahead and do the wellness profile. You know what I'm saying? Just got the email right now. Dope, right? But anybody can say, go do the wellness profile on my website. Anybody can say that. You know what I'm saying? So it's not, that doesn't require talent. That just requires effort. And effort only costs energy. That's all it costs. Energy and maybe some time. That's all that it costs. You ain't got to be Michael Jordan out here to be able to do this. You don't got to be Kevin Durant. You don't got to be LeBron. Listen, you could be Brian Scalabrine. Some of you guys don't know who Brian Scalabrine is, right? Pretty much super weak guy in the NBA, but was able to be successful because of the system he was in. That's my point. You don't got to be all this to be successful. All you got to do is just have something that works. And that's the system. That's the flow. So I'm going to show you guys this flow really quick, and I want to talk about it because some of us just might not know what to do, or some of us might be getting lost in the sauce when it comes down to like talking to people or bringing them in or whatever, right? So I just want to bring this up, and I know that this is in our distributor pack or whatever, like it's at the back of the pack, but I know people ain't read it because that's just how people are. People ain't read it. So I'm gonna put it in your face right now so you guys can have an idea, right? And I know some of us have seen this, maybe some of us haven't, but it is what it is, right? So skirt right here, right? From my boy Stephen Crawford, just hit 20K press not too long ago. Somebody that I seen as a global expansion team member when I first came into business, and I literally watched him run all the way to 20K press. So we're going to do what works, and this works. You guys know Annie, you guys know Seven, you guys know all them people, right? They all do this, right? And I was actually talking to Steve the other day, and I'm like, hey, bro, do you still do that flow? And he's like, Ain't changed nothing on the flow. Ain't changed nothing on the flow. So I'm like, damn, like, okay, bet. So let's talk about it, right? Okay, but for what number are we on? Type of 9 if you've seen this. Type of 9 if you've seen this, just so we can get you know what I'm saying? Just so I can know, right? Let me see. 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. Okay, bet. Now, how many of us use it? Type of 10 if you use this. If this is how you do. If this is what you do. Type of 10 if this is what you do. I see 110. Bet. Okay, bet. All right. It took a little second. Bet. Definitely missed some steps. And it's cool, right? It's cool because even I missed some steps doing this. I missed some steps. So that's why we doing it, right? Because I'm not exempt from any of you guys. Like, not exempt. Same thing. So interaction, right? Interaction is when you meet somebody, however you meet them, out at the store, out at the store, at the gym, wherever, right? This is how you meet them, the interaction, right? Boom. So this is the interaction is you talking to them. Hey, my name is Jerry. I'm a coach in the area, right? Whatever, XYZ, the interaction, right? Boom, the invitation, right? So now the invitation is you saying, hey, come do my 21-day challenge. Come that we're starting on Sunday, right? Just so you guys know, we're starting that one on Sunday. Hey, come do my 21-day challenge. Hey, like Michaela and Abide did, come to my, I don't know the name. I'm not trying to butcher the name, but pretty much come to my party. You know what I'm saying? Come to my skin and college and booster party. You know what I'm saying? Come to my fit club like Bino got going on, or come to my nutrition club. Come to my satellite club, whatever, right? Invitation. Come to this. Come see what's going on here, right? So you got to have something going on, or something in the community, right? Or something with your peers, or right. If you don't have none of that, any of us can do the online challenge, right? The 21-day challenge. Come do my 21-day challenge. So that's the invitation, right? Boom. The presentation, right, is you pretty much saying, okay, this is what we have to offer. These are the products that we have. This is what I can do for you, XYZ. This is how I do as a coach, right? And the presentation can either be in person, on FaceTime, on the phone, whatever, right? But it needs to be in these steps. Right. So the presentation about, hey, this is what we can do. This is what I have to offer. Boom, lit. Okay, bet. They become a client or a PM. So full retail client, they purchase the products from you, or they become a PM, right? Okay, cool. Like one of those two. That's pretty simple. We should know that, right? Follow-up system, right? So when you follow up with them throughout the days, weeks, whatever, right? Whether it's the 3, 5, 10, or the 3, 5, 7, 10 day, whether it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, whatever your follow-up system is. The follow-up doesn't, so that's what I'm saying. Like, this is a system, but there's flexibility in the system. So if you follow up, like I say, the 3, 5, 7, 10, or the 3, 7, 10, right? That's how you follow up. If you follow up Monday, Wednesday, Friday, whatever, right? That just your follow-up system has to be implemented in that. Boom. Okay, business presentation, right? You don't have to create the business presentation. We have HOMs online every Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. So you don't have to create one. You don't have to do the napkin presentation. You don't have to. You don't have to. You can, but you don't have to. You know what I mean? So get that person, and there's other opportunities as well for them to see HOMs and whatnot. Like Steph, I believe there's one on Wednesdays, right? Or Thursdays, something like that. Right. But I'm just saying for the corporate ones, Tuesdays, right? Steph then posted a gang of times the different links and calls that's available just throughout Herbalife, right? But if you want the corporate one, the one that you know is going to go down every Tuesday, that's that one, right? So boom, the business presentation. Then sign them up as a distributor if they choose to. Now, I just want you guys to be clear. At this point right here, it might not go no farther than this. Just so we're clear, it might not go no farther than this. They might just stay a client or a PM, which is cool, which is great. We always need people to purchase products. You know what I'm saying? We need consumers, right? That's what we need for sure. So it might not go farther than this, and that's cool. That's fine. We just got to talk to more people so that we'll go through. Boom. Okay. Sign up as a distributor, right? Sign them up. Easy. Whatever. Boom. Teach DAP All right, now before I go, type a what? We back at 1? Okay, bet. Type a 1 if you don't know what DAP is, because this is very important, right? Type a 1 if you do not know what DAP is. 1, and that's cool. 1. So does somebody want to come off of mute and explain what DAP is for Danae?
The distributor
You a
action plan.
qualifier. You a DAP qualifier. Go ahead and tell her.
It's the distributor action plan. I don't know exact numbers, but you do a certain number in a certain amount of time. Yeah, you qualify for just kind of like getting yourself, kind of what I saw it as is like getting in the groove of like being consistent with everything.
Right. Yes, Marty, thank you. I was just about to say that. So the numbers that she's speaking of, Danae, is pretty much 250 or 500 volume points 3 months in a row, right? So it's not a accumulation, it's 3 months in a row. For 250 3 months in a row, you'll get level 1 gifts, which changes all the time. Or if you do 500, you'll get both level 1 and level 2 gifts. So pretty much you might as well just go for 500. You know what I'm saying? So if you do 500 3 months in a row, they qualify for DAP. They're super excited. They're fired up. They're getting some free stuff in the bag. You're fired up. You have a new distributor that believes in a company that has, their feet wet, that has tangible proof that, hey, the business works. It's lit, right? So going back to the photo, right? And obviously you guys can look this up on myherbalife.com, right? DAP. So after they sign up as a distributor, teach them DAP. Okay, bet. And now this is where the next step is where you as a leader really comes in, right? Well, this all takes leadership leading up to this point, but this is where it really sticks because this is how you'll build your organization, right here. Teach your new distributor this flow. So teach your new distributor all this. So it might take time. It might take trial and error. It might not, they might not get it right then. They might mess up on this or in certain areas, whatever, right? But you need to be able to teach your brand new person as they're doing DAP. For them to be able to reach DAP, they should be doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they should be doing for them to be able to reach DAP. Okay, bet. So from you teaching your new distributor the flow, right? They'll hit supervisors with distributors because that's what you want. Like it's cool to have people hit it's cool to have people hit supervisor by themselves. Like obviously you want, legs in your business as supervisors, but it's a lot better when your supervisors have like a couple of distributors under them because that just makes their business stronger. And the stronger their business is, obviously the stronger your business will be, right? So if you want a strong business, it takes the work inside of this for you to say, hey, let's do this, right? Okay, cool. So they hit supervisors with distributors. And then from that, because this is all that they know, right? They teach their new supervisors this flow. So now you aren't doing this with this distributor anymore. You're doing this with new distributors. You see what I'm saying? Like you're not consistently going over this with the same person for too long, right? You're doing this with somebody else because they're doing this with all of their new people inside of their circle. You know what I'm saying? So, that's just what that is, right? So teaching them the flow with the distributors, and that's how you're going to build your business and everything like that. So I'm going to post this link in the chat. Or not the link. I'm going to post this photo in the chat so we can all go over it, right? So are we all clear on the flow? Like, does that make sense to some of us? Type a 2 in the chat if it doesn't make sense, if you need some explanation. No? Okay, bet. So that's pretty simple, right? So I'm gonna post that in the chat so we can all see it. And then let's actually use that. Like let's really use that going forth this month and pretty much like the rest of the year. Like let's see, because Summertime was telling me like I've been doing this plan for 2 years, and this plan took me from millionaire team to 20K prez in 2 years, right? By doing this flow. I don't know about you, but that's 80,000 a month, 80,000 volume points a month, right? right? So let's just say 4,000. That's like a $4,000 check a month, going from millionaire team to 20K, and summertime is making about like 50K. This summertime making about 50K a month now. Like he making about 50K a month now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm cool with 10K. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm cool with the 10 situ, you know, but I'll take 50. But if I knew that all I had to do was follow this plan and teach it to other people, and I could increase my income by several thousand%, I'm down for that. Right. So it's going to take us to say, I'm willing to work hard even when I don't want to. I'm willing to do stuff even when I'm tired. I'm going to show up even when I don't want to show up. I'm going to get on this call even though I would like to be watching Netflix. Stuff like that. I'm going to talk to this person even though I'm scared. I'm going to slide in this person's DMs even though I'm not as confident, even though I'm not sure if they'll mess with me or not. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it has to take. Take a chance. Take a chance. It's your life. You got to go get it. If you want to change it, you change it. Nobody's going to change it for you. I can give you as much game as whatever on this call. We can get as many different speakers on this call as we would like. But unless you just actually take the information and apply it, it's not going to be nothing. So it's going to take you to say, hey, let me go ahead and go after it. Let me take the steps. Let me take the actions, and let me see the results from it. Right. So other than that, all questions is good questions. All questions is good questions. If we got any questions. Going once, going twice, going 3 times. No, nobody got no questions. That's great. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? All right. So listen, we got the call. Let me stop recording.